my Golden Conquistadors. It is me, 24K Hector, and I got Sadness here with me, and this is another episode of the Golden Quest podcast. We are happy that you are here. If you have not liked, subscribed, do so. But very foremost, who let the dogs out, guys? It is getting crazy. It is getting rabid out here. First, I think last week we were talking about Dylan and winning with dogs, and then we have then the following week in front of the whole map, Sailor winning. Right, shout out Sailor. Uh, but not with Sapphire. He was winning, not with Ruby Sapphire. He was winning with the dogs. And what's crazy is that he won against Purple Steel. And what did we see Dylan do? He was also beating bad matchups. So does dogs have bad matchups? Was there some luck? So we definitely going to talk about that. We want to talk about the upcoming events before we talk about the whole dogs and the whole mess. So I will kind of lead it to you, Caesar. But first of all, what are your thoughts about dogs winning again, kind of, and Sailor? What are your thoughts of what happened that weekend?
Um, I mean, we talked about it in like our chats and all that, right? Like I've always said that ChromaCon doesn't feel like it's needed this set, especially like with the Rockstar builds going around early. Like it felt like the ChromaCon wasn't needed there either. Um, and then now, especially with Sailor winning, it 100% established that ChromaCon isn't needed. So I don't know. I think Dogs winning two big events in a row. I think that CCQ that Sailor won was probably like the biggest CCQ that happened. Um, and that one also won. Was won by Dogs and a completely different. Well, it's almost the same list, right? But like a completely different take on Dogs because people were so when they won at Melbourne, they're like, "Oh, ChromaCon put on a show, put on a clinic." You know, the reason why it won is because of ChromaCon. ChromaCon's a problem, right? Everybody puts in item hate. Sailor changes the build to rely fully on UTS, and he just cooks on UTS, right? I think the only matchup that the ChromaCon is not even needed, but really gives you that extra points on is against Blurple, and Dogs is kind of already like um, already has the numbers on Blurple, right? Like it already kind of beats it. So going the UTS routes is what helps beat the other matchups. So I mean, I think Sailor winning it for sure put the put the deck as best deck in the format as of right now, right? Until possibly this weekend at Ghent, maybe something can change, and you know maybe with Dogs having a target on his back, but we could dive into that a little bit more later.
Yeah, and it's weird, right? Because we here in SoCal, so sometimes it feels like dogs aren't heavily represented here. People love their purple steel, their amber steel, their blurple out here. So I think our TCG tournament didn't have that much people on dogs that I could have recounted. Not a lot. I mean, I faced probably all of them, but there wasn't overall not that many of them. But before we would kind of dive into it, we do have announcements, right? We want to talk about the upcoming events. I know we wanted to shout out the what's coming up this coming weekend. I'll let you kind of go into the slide there. We have that. We have the Roseville. We have a take us. What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah, definitely. So this weekend for us, well, obviously I don't have a flyer of it, but obviously we have the Ghent DLC this weekend. I believe it's at Ghent. So that we're gonna be getting a good amount of data for that. But for us here in SoCal local, the basically the next event we got to prepare us for to get a little bit of practice for before the CCQ, which we'll go into that too, is this weekend at Fran's Hungry Dragon tournament, double case tournament. Shout out the Hungry Dragon and shout out Fran for putting on this event. I think I didn't go to the one previous to. So I went to the last set, but I didn't go to the one previous to the other set. But the last time I went here, it was fun. Like it was a good tournament. It was ran good. The place is nice, so it's cool. And
Do we have the flyer for that one? I think we do have the flyer for that one, huh?
yeah, it's up here right now. I put it up on the
Okay.
screen. So it is a dual case tournament. It is on 3/8, so it is this Sunday. Doors open at 10, and it's 11:30 start time. So, um, yeah, top eight pricing, and then she always does a foil mat for the first place winner. I did end up taking down the last one, so I am trying to go. And well, we split top four, but I ended up first seed after everything. So I ended up technically taking first place. So I'm gonna go and hopefully run it back, defend the title. Um, but then with that coming up, which is like I said, our big prepping for us in um, for us here is the um, the Glimmer game CCQ. Um, this is basically all we had to look forward to. Like the ones that aren't traveling out the U.S. At least us for the West Coast, right? Something nearby. It's basically all we had to look forward to this set. It's like basically the whole reason we're playing the set, right? Is for this CCQ. I am upset, bummer. I don't know if a lot of people knew about it, but this weekend, is it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend as well is a 25K at CCS that I just found out about like on Monday or Tuesday. It would have been cool to go to that too, but I didn't know about it. I don't know if we just missed it or what, but that would have been a good tournament to prep for too, right? But anyways, Glimmer Games is a CCQ on March 21st and 22nd. I believe it's shoot, I want to say it's a 5K or a 10K. It's a 10K. It's a 10K on Saturday, and then they have a 5K Infinity tournament on Sunday. So you know me, I like my Infinity. We're gonna be playing Infinity on Sunday if I don't make top cut, which I know I am. So we'll have to miss out on that. But yeah, what do you think about these tournaments, and how sad are you about the CCS not knowing about that?
So I feel like even if I knew about the CCS, I probably personally wouldn't have been able to go. But I mean, it would have been nice to at least have that option too, right? But yeah, I don't know what happened. It was super last minute. I just saw it out of nowhere. I caught a lot of people in SoCal off guard. Like we didn't even know about it. But it is nice that we're gonna have Hungry Dragon. Hey, shout out Hungry Dragon, man. They're the one store. I realize it's the hard way, but there's a one store I could be like, I don't have to buy food, I don't have to buy drinks, my coffee, because I go and I get my order, and they're good. Their food is actually good. So their coffee's good. They have like this butter beer. Coffee is pretty good, bro. So we're gonna go there. I tend to do pretty good at the Hungry Dragon. I think um, I've gone second place at champs there. I've top aided two big tournaments there, so I can't wait. I look forward to it. And you know what's crazy about that tournament? That we're so used to Saturday tournaments that I feel like I already have to know what I'm gonna be playing exactly, the reps and everything, right? But there's a world that because it's on Sunday and we're gonna have data from Saturday, that a lot of people that are going to be the really like sweaty that I'm trying to win that day. There's a lot of way where something shift, right? And we might have to even look on Saturday's data and be like, maybe for tomorrow this is going to be the call. I'm going to surprise people with this, or quote unquote surprise if people are not up to date on the tournaments that happen on Saturday. But yeah, Gant DLC Gant is cool. Shout out Shane. I know he's going to be out there, so good luck to him. If he gets his invite for both, that's going to be cool. What else? We're talking about the Rose Bowl. I will be going. Um, I have other things for me. I know you're more busy, so I don't specifically have this whole set just to play for that CCQ. But I definitely am gonna go and hang out with the boys and the team, and I still would like to top. I hope I don't get put in a weird position where it's like top four, top eight, and then I face a teammate that doesn't have an invite. But then there's a pretty good pricing on the line, and it's like, huh, so what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, it's still not cheap to travel for these big tournaments, so we gotta figure things out. Hopefully, it's just in the finals or semifinals, and it can easily be worked out, right? But I do hopefully want a team TCG to take it, a CCQ. That's not me. I actually don't want to get first. I want someone to earn their invite and then get their stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for that.
Yeah, and we got teased some exciting news. Not sure when this was released. I saw it on Facebook earlier scrolling through this, but I guess this Saturday they're gonna have or probably at the yeah, my bad, I'm dumb. So more than likely at the um DLC stream. They're probably gonna release this information because it says tune in Saturday, March 7th. So it's probably gonna
Mm,
be during the stream. I was gonna
for the
say
DLC.
I was about to say they're gonna do a lore cast, but no, they're probably gonna do this at the DLC stream. They're gonna give the North American Championship ticket information, the hotel and ticket packages, obviously for the EU as well. What championship promo and prizes are gonna be giving, so that's always exciting, right? And then they're gonna also tell us about the LCQs. for North America and EU. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, if you are interested in it,
LCQs, right? Not CCQs. This is different, right?
LCQs, yeah, the last chance qualifiers, because they
Mm.
did say they were gonna still do them this year. They were just gonna decrease them. Like it's gonna be a smaller one since they did the CCQs. I'm hoping this time they just do one big tournament and just do like top eight of Swiss or something. I don't know, something like that. I feel like the pods are so hard.
Last time it was just pods, and then everyone that went 5-0 in their pods, right?
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I do agree with the just
Yeah,
top
because
cut.
then with the pods, it's like you might get a lucky pod, right? Or you might be the unlucky pod where you just have like a bunch of freaking. Well, they already got their invite, right? But imagine like Sailor didn't get his invite, like he just got it right now. So imagine it was you get a pod of like say like a bunch of like the pro gamers, right? Like the Maelstrom guys that haven't gotten it, or like the you
World
get what I'm
class
saying, like
cards.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, so some of the good players that haven't gotten it. Um, and that's what your pod is like. That sucks. Like it should just be a big another big like mini DLC. It sucks not playing Top Cut, but I think as long as they do like top eight at Swiss, or I don't know how many invites they're doing, like top 16 and Swiss after that, I think it'll be fine because that's kind of how they do their big side event tournaments, anyways, right? It's like all Swiss, and then the top whatever to this gets the pricing. So I think it'd be a cool way to do that too for the invites instead of the pods. I don't know. For me, the pods seem like I didn't even experience it, but it seemed like it sucked. So um, yeah. But are you excited to find out what you're gonna be playing for and all that? The whole time ticket
Oh,
packages last year they weren't that good, so I'm not too. I mean, I wouldn't get too excited about that unless
I
it
know.
was
I seen
unless
last time, like, right? You were talking about it, like, you
yeah
barely even got a
yeah you
discount. Like,
like barely
all
even got a
right,
discount. So
five
because I
dollars
was
off
actually
because
yeah
you.
because I was actually gonna buy Disney tickets. I'm like, dude, if it's discounted, like why not? I'll just get a Disney ticket. But it wasn't even that much. So I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna buy it. But I am excited to, even though I'm not going as of yet. I am excited to see the promo cards. Like that's always exciting, right?
Yeah, I know you're. I know you're more busy too. You have the whole family situation going on. You for sure. You and I in the right like big most free space during that time. So you were
Yeah,
for sure there, play, and then I'm out, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I would like to. It would be nice. I'm definitely plan to do Disneyland and actually go and maybe hopefully with the team or with the boys. Get to hang out at the Disney park and go to some rides or enjoy some food there, some churros, dude. That'd be cool. But yeah, I'm going. Hopefully you join me. We still have a good amount of time, but I did want to kind of like talk about your experience on it. And do you think it's gonna match it, or are they gonna make it better, worse? Because I know we had a PPG right before, and then had the invited to the ball, and then you got the Baymax leave, and this was just for attending, right? Now we're gonna get the information about what we're gonna get here, but would you like to see that? Is there something that didn't happen the last one that you would like to see for this one? I didn't get to experience it, so you kind of know more exactly. You got the full experience on it. I got eliminated round three on my pod, so but kind of tell us, is there something that you would like to see, or you just think it was nail on and did you just keep it exactly the same?
Well,
Other than the
obviously, yeah,
pods and the way they're gonna
yeah,
run the tournaments. I'm talking
yeah,
about like pricing, treatment, like I don't know, did they went
yeah.
over the top, all that.
So the experience itself was cool. Um, I did kind of like that. It was I did and I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I was the only one in there. Like obviously, if more of the team was in there, I think it would have been cool. But I didn't like. I did like and didn't like that that tournament during Swiss was separated from everywhere else. Like we had our own special area. But then again, it was kind of cool. Like it did make you feel a little bit special. Like you guys had your own. It was like almost VIP, right? Like no one could be in that area unless you were qualified, right? And then obviously they gave you food. They had food in there for you the whole time. At least PPG did when they did that. So that was cool, and the food was delicious. So that was a good experience too. They had breakfast from when you walked in, and then they obviously changed it for lunch later. Um, it is gonna be a little bit different because it was two game format at the time. So now I'm assuming it's gonna be best of three. So that's probably gonna change. But I feel like if they don't do the same kind of pricing, like $1,000 card just for participating, like people are gonna be upset, right? Because that's kind of like it's kind of like with the DLCs, right? Like people are upset because how are you gonna give us 6 and 8 DLCs last year and then this year three? You can't take away. It's like I know it's more DLCs, but you can't take away from what you already gave people and then expect them to be happy, right? So if we go and you don't get a price card, let's say they just give the sleeves now, like people are gonna be upset. Like there's no way, like it's gonna cause an uproar. So I hope they don't drop the ball there. But I feel like Um, I feel like last year it was cool, man. I think it was run perfectly. I think the prizes were fine. Obviously, it sucked missing out on Top Cut, but I don't think we should have got anything for missing out on Top Cut, right? Like you still got the prize card the same way they passed it down if you bubbled. I think that itself was fine, but like getting a certain record, like I think it's fine. Like if you it's either Top Cut or bubble, you get prizing. If not, that's it. Like it is what it is. Like they already gave us a good decent chunk price card that you can sell for, right? So, um, I mean, I didn't experience day two unfortunately, but as far as that, like it is, it was it was a cool experience. So
Yeah. And in order to get there, in order for many people to try to get there, they're gonna have to get these CCQs. And with that being said, getting CCQs is not easy. We need to dive into the meta. We got to talk about the meta, guys. Who let the dogs out? That's kind of gonna be our thing for this episode because it's out there. The pros let them out there, and now we got to figure it
I
out, right? We have
I
all
do
these.
yeah I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
This might change because once again it's a best of three format. But how are you gonna feel if you walk into the room and they tell you guys no IDs? Because that's what they did last year. I get it; it's a little bit different because it was a two game format, and winning that second game was very crucial, right? Like getting that tool was very crucial, and that's why they didn't allow the splits, like the intentional draws. Um, how would you feel if they still keep that rule going into a best of
So
three?
yeah, so in a two-game format, I felt like IDs got very, very sketchy because it's two games.
Yeah,
You naturally can't ID, right? Like it was unless it's 1-1. Like you can do the 1-1, but like it was very weird because the way you get rewarded points wise was kind of different. So I feel like maybe that's why they did the rule because it was very crucial that like I need a 2-0. I need this 2-0 because I need to get all the full points, right? Now with the best of three format, if two players are IDing, it's because they kind of like they put themselves kind of in that position in the position to be able to. You know what I mean? Like if you're IDing is because you want to I don't know. I don't know if this kind of makes sense, but like you want to ID, but you're 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. And I think it gets more awkward when you don't allow it because, what if players naturally go into time now, then they're playing really slow, and then, oh, I guess we drew, then it starts going, it takes integrity out of the game. Some people can say IDing take integrity out of the game, right? But if you say no IDing, can people still do it? Can people still figure it out? And then like I don't know, I don't want to have to be put in that position too, right? Like the feeling in my that I would get if I ID and I make day two or whatever it is, like the top cut or whatever, and then they tell me I can't, and then I lose when the other player could would have ID'd with me. That's crazy, man. It's heartbreaking. But I feel like we earned the invite. We put ourselves in that position. Like if I'm 5-0 or X1, and like I don't know.
yeah, no, I feel like doing it in best of three would be weird. I understand in two game format. Obviously, they weren't allowing the for you to do that speech. Hey, if I get game one, you know they for sure weren't allowing that. But they also weren't allowing like once you knew you were at that point threshold, they weren't allowing you to be like, or I'm gonna just split the next two rounds, right? Which is the same thing as the best of three. It's just I feel like that 2-0 point was so crucial that because imagine it was 5 rounds I think. So imagine I don't know how many rounds it's gonna be, but imagine I think you just needed two O's, bro, or two or three two O's.
It
So
was weird. Yeah,
imagine round two, you 2-0 your first two rounds, or 2-0 your first three rounds, and your last two rounds you just ID. Like it goes back to like you almost didn't really play. Like you almost like yeah, it's crazy, but
kind of goes out with like that system is flawed and why we have best of three now, right?
yeah,
They tried it and it was flawed for
yeah,
a reason.
yeah. All right, so yeah, let's jump into the meta. So let's go ahead and give a shout out one more time to Sailor. This is the build he won with. He called it Dogs Orchestra, and like we said, no Chromacon. The main difference in this is obviously the no Chromacon. So he's going full UTS, full Della's Moon Lullaby, and he's playing full Rhinos for that extra way to reduce the strength to get them to the under the sea threshold, right? And then the big other change is Mickey Mouse. He helps in the steel matchups, obviously making your bodies all fat, so the removal isn't like one shotting all your stuff. And two, it gives you another line to get to that UTS uh, singing quickly, right? So you can go an amber one drop, Willow, another amber one drop, and then drop the Mickey. And at that point, Mickey alone sings, Mickey alone sings UTS. And you can even take that turn off next if you don't have the UTS after you play the Mickey to play the Tramp, and then you'll be guaranteed to sing that. Like if you don't have the UTS, you could grab it off the Tramp after you cycle, and you could guarantee to sing the UTS off of Mickey alone, right? Um, so basically, this deck has like three ways to sing UTS by like turn four. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. And then it's crazy because we talk about the whole UTS line, but even going like Daisy, Willow, Daisy, and now I have a Mickey. Like that in of itself, like having like the extra two defense on them, it's insane. I know like for the most part, it's not really an aggro deck anymore, but like if you're facing blue yellow, you're just going bird. Let's be real. Like you're not you're trying to set up under the sea. Like you're going Daisy, Willow, Daisy, or Bobby, discarded Lilo. Like you know what I mean. So that Mickey, it's crazy because it helps in the aggro part of it, but it helps in the control part of it. So like, you know what I mean? Like you're never sad to see that card, no matter what route you're trying to go with the deck. I do like the Sailor mess. I don't know. You probably appreciate it as a blue red player. How he kind of described every little card and like how he compared it to. I know you've seen it, right? This
Yeah,
is
we're here.
Tala. This is
We're
that. This
yeah.
is that. We
That's because
kind of
there
talk
was
about it.
someone. I don't want to put him on blast, but I think someone in his Discord like made like a little joke about that, and then like right after, I think I saw him tweet that, and he broke it down a little bit more. The guy on his Discord just kind of said like two lines, but I mean, it's obviously not blue red. I mean, obviously it's not CSO nice, but um,
Right.
there
It's just
there is
funny.
there is some similarities, right? Like you do build up your board and you try to go for that one sided board wipe to basically knock out the most of the thing. The difference is that from CC on Ice and this dogs list is that this deck will close out the game a lot quicker. Like once you UTS, like you have like 3 turns to come back or else you lost. I think with blue red sometimes it will take still sometimes it will still take like 4 or 5 turns or whatever, right? So yeah, I mean the deck's crazy, man. I think I I don't play dogs. I hated dogs. I do think the deck still requires a very high skill ceiling to master it. And once you learn it, like this deck rewards you for knowing every play line and knowing exactly what to do against every scenario. But I do think the entry level for this deck has become easier because I myself am playing the deck now, and I don't think it's that hard to pilot anymore as well. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's a very skill intensive deck, but I think the entry point is a lot easier now. The Willow line makes it a lot easier to do the tramp and keep your hand healthy. If you don't go the tramp line, or if you have an extra turn that you don't have to sing UTS right away, or your characters are safe, you can take that turn off to play the Nani and then keep your hand even healthier. That way, when you tramp, you can keep 3 cards in hand. Um, and you know what I'm saying? Like you have a healthier hand to choose what to discard, because when you do like the Giga Tramp line, most of the time you have to choose between two cards, right? Um, so like basically what you want to do is like the more cards in hand you have when you tramp is the better, because you have more chances to pick the 3 best cards or the 2 best cards, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
But even them, right? Like you have the two best cards, and then whatever you're pitching, you're probably grabbing off Lady anyway. That's,
yeah, that's
that's what I'm saying. Like that
yeah,
thing, the
that's
synergy with that
yeah,
deck works so smoothly, dude. The whole synergy with the whole deck is just flows. Like
yeah,
every card goes with like three other cards, and this card goes good with these three other cards, and it's like you just gotta play the cards, and they just gotta go, dude. Like, yeah, it's
yeah.
not really that hard. Like, there's just some decision points that you have to make on when to turn sideways or when to hit, like what to hit, when what to keep with trap and stuff like that. But deck is definitely good. The mirror, man, the mirror is nasty. The mirror could be a headache. They're racing for UTS or because
I
I mean
mean,
I'm not a I from what I heard about it is kind of whoever sets up the UTS line for sure to like solidify it, but I wonder like if they're trying to do the let's say I'm on the play right, and then you're with Dog's mirror, and then you're on the draw. What happens if I go? What happens if I go Daisy Willow Daisy? Because your characters are weak. So do I just out aggro you? Like, is it GG? Do I quest? Do I am I setting up still under the sea line? You know what I
It's
mean?
a
Like,
it's a yes or no because if you go Daisy Willow Daisy and then you start questing, one you can bottom deck my UTS, or two, you can get me closer to the UTS while giving me a bigger hand size, right? So then if you do UTS me, like let's say you're ahead on board, but then I end up establishing and you don't find the UTS, I could UTS you back and then have a big hand. Or if you end up still having control and then you UTS me, I'll still have like a 4 or 5 card hand, which might not matter if you're already like ahead in lore. But most of the time, from what I've seen, it's not worth it to quest with Daisy. There is a point, like I said, I've been playing dogs, so I've been basically beating every mirror. Think part of it is getting lucky because it is kind of seeing the UTS, but there is a point where I went like that. Like I think I went Daisy Willow Daisy, and he was on play, and I think I dropped like Nani something else, and then I tramped. I did the tramp. I whiffed off the tramp, and I'm like, all right, this guy's probably gonna do it soon. And if he UTSs me, like it's kind of game down to the point. Like if he does UTS against me, like I lost, right? Like I already whiffed my thing, and I don't have another tramp in hand, so I can't go for this UTS line anymore. Like I can't keep waiting. So I'm like, I think I have a faster clock. So I turned, I think one turn, I think I just turned my tramp sideways to get him to, instead of him start turning sideways, to swing into my trap, and he fell for it. So he swung into my trap. I reestablished more characters, and then my clock was just faster. So I'm like, I either have to win right now by racing, or I get UTS, because I know unless I get lucky and top deck it, I have no way to find that UTS, right? So then it's kind
but
of like where you, it's
yeah,
kind of like
go
what you said. Like I had it at that point pinpoint whether my clock was faster or not, and then just start turning sideways, right?
ahead. But it's literally those lines right there. This is literally those things that is going to divide the great players between the good players, or the I'm just playing dogs because it's a good deck, right? Because like knowing when to quest and knowing that you had to turn sideways because you can't afford for him to go for be the first one. So you know what? Like I remember Zan did this with purple, with this monstro combo to get to the monster line. He's like, I just need to quest out. I know he's gonna have a favorable trade, but like that's the point. I just need him to not quest, and I just need him to like, you take that neg. Like I'll lose this tramp, but guess what? You didn't just go from 0 to 10 lore. You know what I mean? Like I'll take that any day. So I think there's definitely those like skill points where like just having a lot of experience in card games in general, or specifically in mirrors, help you and go a long way. But the Mickey, would you say the Mickey is the best champion of all the colors? Because I didn't pay attention to champions, dude, until this set. They've been shining. Shout out Daisy Duck. But yeah.
No, I would say yeah, he probably mm, I don't know. That Daisy Duck's pretty good,
Because
man.
the mini draws on purple, the mini, anytime an amethyst gets banished, you draw.
Yeah,
This one gets the boost, the singer. Daisy is a Coxword, bro. It's pretty
yeah.
broken. And then it makes you
No,
filter the top deck or not. That
Daisy's
was
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, Daisy's pretty
I'm trying to
good.
remember the other colors.
The
What's
ruby
the
one
green one?
completely sucks, and then the green one's the goofy, where all
The
the
ward?
yeah, they all get ward, and then they all get, if they get banished, the character back. His is pretty good too, actually. I don't think his is that
Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad.
I just think green isn't that good.
What's Ruby?
Ruby is like,
Oh, that's the one that's bad, huh? Is
yeah,
it
it's like
Donald?
really bad. It's the
No,
Donald. Yeah, it's really
it's
bad.
Donald. Like, I don't even read.
Yeah,
I read it. I'm like, this is booty. Okay,
yeah, it's
but
bad.
anyway, back to the conversation. So guys, so we have dogs, and we can just talk about lists and give you a bunch of cards, these players and that. But you heard that all week, so you guys want to take our take and kind of our opinion on it. So, what do you think, Caesar, happens now? Because we had this triangle, right? We had this whole like diamond tier where we had purple steel, we had blurple, and then we had dogs as the top three. Okay. We're seeing dogs beat Purple Steel. Now, Sailor did say, and Zan did say, Zan caught like a misplay that the Purple Steel guy did. Sailor said, you do need some luck because it's still unfavorable. Like, let's not act like, oh, like Purple Steel's not fair. Like, look at these players, they're beating it. Like, we can't lose to Purple Steel now. That's not how it works. Then themselves will tell you that. You know what I mean? Sailor, and then the people that are having success with dogs. So what happens? Like, it's control dead? Is it too slow? Because like this dog deck can control your board but also go fast. Do we go into stuff like 20 locations because dogs struggle with locations? I know that was one deck that caught people off guard this weekend. I think I don't know if you have the list of that, but there was
Yeah.
we don't have to go specifically go card for card, but I'm giving examples of like in this dog meta is making people do this stuff, right? He did well. He caught people off guard. People were not ready for I don't even know how many 20 some locations, whatever. So dogs
16.
obviously struggle against that. You're not about under the sea locations. So what do you think it's gonna give, man? Do you think it's you can't even go the Pocahontas route anymore? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. What do you
Okay.
think?
So obviously we're talking about like the best of the best players, right? If best of best player playing dogs and then purple steel, obviously purple steel is still favored. Um, anyone who thinks that dogs is now favored is being delusional, right? Like I myself am too like tooing a lot of purple steels, but they're probably not the better of the purple steel players, right? No offense to anyone, right? But I still don't know every line for dogs. I've only been playing it for like 3 4 days, um, and I'm like tooling a bunch of purple steels. But when I do face like a really good purple steel player that I know, like it feels like he's good and he knows what he's doing, like the matchup still becomes rough. Um, I think I forgot what podcast said it. I think I just watched it today. I think it was Harlan and Alflos and Sweets podcast, where they did say it is a rock paper scissors format, but it's not as cookie cutter, right? Like purple still can lose to purple steel quite frequently. Dogs can still lose to purple quite frequently, and purple steel can still lose to dogs quite frequently. So it's not like a straight up like cutthroat
Are
rock
they
paper
even?
scissors.
Are we in an even
Yeah,
triangle
yeah.
right now?
It's basically like they're all kind of like very minimal like advantages against each other. Like I would say they're all like 45, 45, 55 um favored and unfavored, right? Like it's
Mhm.
definitely winnable and it's definitely
Yeah.
um not and this season even with like full on hard teching for them, this is like playing kind of normal, like very minor teching, like Blurple putting in a couple Tiggers, putting in I think mainly just that. I think the Tigger does a big difference. um Purple Steel going back to the Calhoun obviously loses some points into Blurple, but and then once again I still
You have to
think
just take those points, right? Yeah.
yeah, and then once again I still think the meta is gonna stay the same, like percentage wise. Like I still think Burple's gonna be the top. I still think Purple's still gonna be the second, and I still think Dog's gonna be the third. People say it. Let's see if it changes again. But people do not like playing dogs. I don't enjoy playing dogs. But as a competitive player, I said it. I said it in the chat. Like I can't seeing the performance of dogs and how good it's doing, even against its quote unquote bad matchups. Like we saw Molstar beat a purple red on his way up to the top cut, a purple steel on the way up to the top cut. We saw Sailor do the exact same thing. Like these are very unfavored matchups at the time that they're beating. So um, when a deck like that is putting up performance and getting called the best deck of the format, it's as a competitive player, it puts me at a disadvantage not even testing the deck out, right, or trying it out. So I'm not a fan of it, but if the deck is good, I might play it. And other people aren't like that, and other people might not understand the the way the deck plays, and they just get frustrated and then drop the deck, right? I think it's a very good example of what they said there. Like the the Rock is still gonna play Rock. Blurple still gonna play Purple. Like why would they switch to Dogs when the deck is still good? Like the deck isn't bad. Purple Steel players are still gonna play Purple Steel. Why would they switch to Dogs if Purple Steel is still good? It's more like us where I'm playing Blue Yellow, wanted to make it work, and I still think it can work. I just gotta dodge Dogs, right? But it's more like the Blue Yellow people. Dude, I already played Purple. Like the thing is, I never played Purple Steel, so I would need to practice the Purple Steel in the Dogs deck. But I'm practicing the Dogs deck. Um, so like the people that were off meta makes more sense to jump on the bandwagon to either Dogs or one of the meta decks. But even then, like I still feel like if we have the plan of like me and you, right, like play Blue Yellow, and then hope to dodge Dogs, I still don't think that's a bad plan because I
And we're
kind of agree
beating
with.
purple and purple.
Yeah, I kind of agree that I don't think Dogs is still gonna go if it hits 15%. Like a lot of people are saying that they'll still be shocked because how much people dislike playing the deck. Like even though it's good, because last set people were saying it was really good too, right? Like it was still doing. It didn't win any DLCs last set, but the deck was still really good. So and no one even jumped. Like a lot of people were scared at the what was it Richmond?
Yeah.
that it was gonna jump up like crazy. A lot of people, I was one of the people too that were afraid that it was gonna jump in high percentages. A lot of people were, and we show up, no one's playing it. So it's like, what the heck? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And you know me, I like to. I'm very like I don't want to be playing last week's format. I want to be playing next week's format, right? So then I started. Sometimes I overthink. But if you're a blurple player and let's say you're not full comfortable, I don't mind dogs matchup when I'm on the play. I feel like a lot of good blurple players can say that it's not that bad, right? The fact that blurple can still be dogs, purple still can still be dogs. Talks about the dogs being the best deck. Just talks about the healthy of the metagame. How you said all these, all these triangular, they're pretty close. Um, but if blurple's gonna switch, it's most likely gonna be the purple steel. If an Amber Steel player is going to switch, it's most likely going to be the Purple Steel. If a Control player is going to switch and they want to be dogs, they're most likely going to change to Purple Steel. A Purple Steel player is going to be just happy that there's more dogs. You know what I mean? Like, so how many people are changing from a different color to dogs? Aggro players, maybe, and then they realize, like, wait, it doesn't go burr like that. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of it's the conversion rate for it to change might not be there. Now the people that are, let's say you, I need to win the CCQ. I'm trying to get my. Those are going to be the very few sprinkles that you're going to get from people to change maybe the from that deck to this deck, right? To dogs. But like for example, you're trying to get first. I think dogs is a great pick. Like statistically speaking, why would you take Blurple? It hasn't won, right? Statistically speaking, like I want to top. I'm not gonna play dogs. I probably won't top with dogs, but just give me Blurple, and you know what I mean. Like it's just different. So I guess I don't even know what the time I was going. Oh yeah, I was going with the purple steel. So if everyone's going to purple steel, at what point do you just be like, think ahead and be like, you know what? Everyone's gonna go most likely for purple steel since it's the best quote unquote counter to dogs. Do you just go like a nice solid purple steel mirror counter? And that might be the whole call, right? So,
I
but
mean, I
like there's
think
still
I
that mediating, right? Because the more
yeah
you go for the purple steel mirror, the more you're probably losing to Blurple because you start playing these like chunkier, slower characters, better bodies, but then like where you start losing to Blurple. Like if you start cutting Pocahontas because it's not great in the purple steel mirror, let's just say,
yeah
right? Or it's actually not good in the purple steel mirror.
yeah.
But like it's a healthy format that we are in. Do I believe dogs, the mechanics and the way it's playing, do I believe dogs are healthy? No, because I believe decks should not be able to play aggro, mid range, and control and just pick out of the three whenever it wants to. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think any deck, other deck that we said it ever in the history of Lorcana has ever done that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Amber still has kind of done that.
It
The
was
song,
losing to
the
blue
song,
red,
the
bro.
song.
It did not. It could not play control, bro. It was playing mid
No,
range.
it was beating some of them. Like some of the really
Oh,
good steel
when they
song.
started doing yes,
When they,
when they started doing like Sean, when he like decked out Matto kind of thing, right? It was like, well, if we go against blue red control, we deck you out. We
yeah,
can go
the ones
aggro.
that
And we can
wouldn't
play mid
go,
range.
the ones that wouldn't drop their daisies early and would wait till they wheeled and then drop like four at a time and then saw that they wheeled like three sisus out of your hand. Like yeah, like the ones that were good with steel song kind of did that because then you would go like control against the control decks. It wasn't like aggro, but it was kind of like what Dogs was doing, right? Like they would set up their first few, wheel you a couple times, and then they'll just drop like Daisy Smee, Smee, Daisy, Lawrence.
But they had to do something, right? Like you can't just sit still. I feel like dogs right now can just sit still,
Yeah, and they
and
don't
you
get
just
punished.
wait.
Yeah, they don't get punished. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too upset about it because we're gonna get rotation next. The only thing is, I haven't paid attention to how many of these cards are gonna get hit by rotation, so that might be the sad part. Because I think most of these dogs came out what set six. They might get rotated. What's getting
Because five to
rotated?
nine leaves, 5 to 9 leaves, right?
No,
No,
5 to 8, I think.
so Fabled stays.
Yeah, Fable should stay. Yeah.
And then we start from Fabled. Oh my god, it's crazy. But we still
Yeah.
have two more sets, right? I'm not tripping.
No, it gets rotated next set.
No, like next set, we still play next set.
Next set gets rotated, from what I recall. How many sets do we have right now? We have 9. No, we
Yeah,
we
so
could.
we started 9, 10, 11, and then we still
No,
got to play 12.
how many sets are we playing with right now? We're playing with. with 5,
Five,
6,
six.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think we only play with. Uh, do we play with 8 sets? I can't remember. Oh no,
I
yeah. You
think we
know what?
have to play fully play
We
out next year,
yeah.
bro. I think we
I th-
fully play out next year. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we do fully play next because
So yeah, so we fully
we played with 8 sets, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because we did
No,
a
it's not that we
rotation.
play with X. It's
Yeah, because we got rotation at set 9, so we played with 8 sets.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
I
We
think.
have to fully.
Oh yeah, so we
So
might
two
be
more
still
sets from us.
we
So
still might be screwed. Yeah.
you know what we're talking about? We're talking about content during Continentals. It's gonna be like more of that fresh out rotation.
Yeah. No,
So
you
that might be
guys.
a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
But
we'll see.
okay, so as an example for like these location decks, what are your thoughts on like this? And we don't have to go dive into the decks, but what do you think about just the different takes on like is this just
Um,
how you be dogs or like
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of it because I feel like these decks should be losing to the normal purple steel and blurple. Um,
hmm, the blur ball can get rough, right? Like the blur ball has to see a one drop and it better be a Rafiki if it's someone are not on Rafiki,
yeah.
right?
I think as long as you don't, I think as long as you don't. Okay, so they
Like they're
have fire
cutting
the
spam too.
cannons. Yeah, so they have fire the cannon, so that's bad for the one
I
drop, right?
actually can see this beat this actually I can see this destroying blurple.
Yeah, I guess since
Like
they're
what
cutting
turn three?
spends.
If you don't see us van, bro, like you probably lost because they're going like two locations. They're very cheap locations. They can drop like three
I
on
feel
you.
like the Tigger is not that bad though. Like I feel like the only thing that really gets screwed is if they cannon your one drop and then you have to play a genie on 3. I guess in Iago would be bad too, but if
Sounds
they
rough.
cannon your but if they
So you
cannon your
lost.
my thing is if they cannon your one drop, that means they don't have a cannon for your Iago, or they shouldn't have one, right? So then you have your Iago out. So if your 3 drops on your turn 3 are Iago or Tigger, I don't think you're in a bad spot. And then your turn 5 you follow up with Elsa. I don't know. It might be crazy. I don't think you're in a bad spot.
Dude. Hmm. I don't know. I don't
And
know, man.
then regular purple still. I don't see how it beats this. Like you're playing hooks, you're playing Calhoun's, um, and I think that's the
Yeah.
route you should be going. I don't think you should be going the poker route because I don't even think the poker route helps you against Blurple that much. I think the 3 drop Genie you for sure still play, but the Poke dies to Blurple pretty easy. Like that Poke is only good for
Right, right.
like we're going blue, like
Wait.
a blue meta.
So Pocahontas, speaking of her, does she just leave? Do
I
we
think
just
she
cut
does.
her out?
I think she does get cut because I think I told James like I think the Robin Hood itself is fine, is good enough, and then I
The
always
Christopher
feel
Robin.
yeah,
The Christopher Robin.
because wasn't I mean we could pull it up real quick. Wasn't Lux Ferrante playing um wasn't he playing a 3 drop evasive like alert?
He was more of
Yeah,
like a
yeah. See,
list to be honest, right? He was
yeah,
more
yeah.
like on a list.
You see, so I like this list a lot. Like, and this is kind of what I was telling James. Like, I don't think the Pocahontas is needed as much, but I still think we play something to contest the evasive, like a big body, like either GG or Lexington. And that's exactly what he did, right? He kept his strong 2 drop for Calhoun that helps in the mirrors and then helps against dogs better. And
It
then he's
is good into two out of the three. I think he went with a lot of best two out of the three,
yeah.
right? Of the three.
And then the genie's just solid overall. It's good against Burple because if they ITU it, you get double inked. You're playing Olaf, so you can still bounce it technically, and then draw off of that. You have 2 targets now with Olaf, Cheshire Cat and Genie to draw, to pseudo draw if you need to. Um, and then you still have the Lexingtons to contest against the Blurple, right? Like if they're going the evasive way and they have the genies, like Lexington still just eats genies, right? So I don't know. I think I think the purple steel should stay on something like this. To be honest, I still think that genie's still good. So when you do need to go burr, he just all of a sudden unlocks like a fast clock randomly. So I don't know. I like this purple
Yeah,
steel list a lot.
yeah. I mean, there's a world if I'm going more towards the really dogs, then I go Rafiki or the Diablo, the one drop Diablo.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
100%.
but there is purple, a lot of purple, bro. So I like this because it helps you like, am I going for hook or am I going for Diablo, right? Because going Diablo, like let's say I'm on the play, right, on purple steel against purple, and I'll go turn 1 Diablo, turn 2 Robin, turn 3 Genie. Like turn four is the other genie. Like it's already like that's kind of broken. Like you're a Demona or a dog resolving from winning the game against
Yeah,
Blurple. So
yeah.
yeah, I
I don't
mean
know.
I think you would you say out of the three, Blurple is the third best deck? Hmm, interesting. We can't say dogs is not the best deck, right? I
Yeah,
feel like we are forced to say that,
I think dogs is for
and
sure the
with
best
all
deck.
rightfully so. With all
Yeah,
rightfully so.
I personally, I mean, I guess yeah, you can say that because I'm going to a CCQ right 2 weeks from now, the Glimmer games. I'm thinking exactly what you said. Because if I want to top, I think I can play blue yellow and probably still top. If I dodge dogs, I think I'm fine. I'll top. But I know if I get into top cut, there's dogs I lost. Like I'm not winning the event.
But the thing with blue yellow for us, it feels so good. And by the way, Instagram, you guys voted blue yellow. It was weird because we're in a dogs format, but that's the next deck profile, so check that out. But it's so weird because we're chilling. We're like, if we don't face dogs and we just face purple steel, we have a good purple steel matchup.
Yeah,
We have a good steel matchup. We don't even get me started against purple, dude. It feels free.
yeah.
It does not feel bad at all. Um, so like, if all these purple steel players come, they start bullying dogs around. You better bet I'm like
But the
bringing
thing
blue
is,
yellow. Like I'm bringing
the
it back
thing
in.
is, we can't even depend on them anymore because they're losing. That's the thing. That's the problem. It's like dogs is beating purple steel consistently. Once again, it's not
No,
favored.
the thing though, the thing though, but the thing is, we're watching these live streams. We're watching finals, semifinals. How many dog players lost to great purple steel players, right?
Yeah, but we're not worried about those, right? We're worried about the good ones. We're like especially for a CCQ. I just said like if I'm going to a CCQ, I can't take blue yellow because I'm assuming there's gonna be at least one or two dogs in top cut. That alone will mess up my win because
True, but
these good dog players are probably gonna beat the purple steels
you're
and the
right. But like the Lux Ferrante, they went to game three, right?
yeah
He destroyed him against whatever. Okay, they went to game three. There was some misplays. I don't know. Like there was a little thing that they could have done differently. I remember I watched it in one of the other podcasts. I can't exactly detail you what it was, but and then Sailor said like he did need a little bit of that luck.
yeah 100%.
So like if I'm a great purple steel player and he's a great dogs player, I should not be scared still.
Nah,
If
you
I'm a
shouldn't.
great purple
Yeah,
steel player, right? Okay, so just like I think like Let's Fronte, like yeah, Sailor's great, but he wasn't worried. He saw his list. I'm like, I'm probably about to win. I mean, it happens, like we said, 45, 55, right? But what I'm saying, like how you said, we're not worried about the. But like, if you're gonna take purple steel, is because you feel confident that you're gonna beat the great dog
yeah,
players.
yeah, yeah.
So
All I'm trying to say is I guess I would put Blurp on third because at this
yeah,
glimmer
yeah.
at this glimmer I'm either thinking I haven't tested purple steel, but I'm either thinking about playing dogs or purple steel. I'm not thinking about playing blurple. Um, so yeah,
It's I feel like because everyone's afraid to play the board wipes, blue green, blue yellow. Everyone's afraid of that right now. So then, what goes the widest?
purple
Dogs
steel.
and purple
Oh
steel.
yeah,
So like, why not?
yeah.
Because the
And then what is
stats of our
blurple? And
characters
then
are getting they're getting what is it called when it's power creep? Like these statted characters are just becoming better and better. So it's like
yeah,
I'll just go wide and still play just as good stats
and then
character. Like I'll play this 24 genie. What happened?
no, I'm saying, and then what does blurple struggle with decks going wide? So it's like yeah, because yeah, dude. I mean, it's funny because this is the funny thing about this triangle format is like there's a lot of decks that can probably keep dogs in check, but they're just getting clapped by Blurple. And there's a lot of decks that can keep Blurple in check, but they're just getting clapped by dogs.
No one wants to like auto lose to something, and is that maybe the issue that we're dealing with? That people just do not want to take the auto loss, and maybe would have had a healthier format, right? For example, we're starting to see purple green. I feel it's crazy. We're in a meta where we're gonna have to update tier list every week. Anyway, purple green, dude, is coming down like because of the matchup spread that it has now, right? Like currently, it's dog matchup. It's horrible. So now some people are backing off of that. Um, blue yellow. We were both on it. We were pretty happy about it. How could we be on it
Its dog
when
matchup is terrible.
all we hear everywhere is dogs, 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 dogs? So we're doing it right now. We're feeding this propaganda. Whether it's true or not, we're doing it. The thumbnail's gonna say who let the dogs out. That even if someone like I'm just watching videos, I'm not even watch the finals, dude. I'm just watching a bunch of videos. oh, I'll probably play dogs. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
so that's all we're getting fed. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, I think purple yellow same thing. Like it would be a tier one deck, like pretty high up there if dogs didn't exist, right? Um,
That is the one good reason I like about dogs right now. That is not. I feel like there'd be so much purple yellow takeover, dude. But dogs is keeping them on check because as me piloting blue yellow or blurple, why do I feel like these purple yellow players are cracked, bro? It did not feel that great. Like it was kind of rough sometimes. I'm like, huh.
I think it got a little bit
Like I'm
easier
supposed
with.
to be favored, but I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, like it was weird.
I think it got easier though with the world's greatest criminal mind out of the deck. Unless you're Pete Stick. Um, I played against this crazy deck. This is tangent, but I played against this crazy. I was playing blue yellow again. I was testing it. I played against this crazy purple yellow deck, dude. It was so annoying. They were playing. It was like what's his name? Um, I forgot what the guy's name is, but he was playing like I think he was playing Diablos, the one drop Diablos. His two drops were like what was his two drops? I forgot, but basically everything in his deck drew. And then he was playing libraries, and then he was playing the three drop Elsa, the new Maleficent, the 1/3 that when you play her draw a card. And then he was playing no Demonas, but then he was playing the Shift Elsa too. And then he was playing I could have swore a four of the They Never Came Back, the one where you freeze two cards and then you draw a card. So basically, what this dude was doing was protect the library, and then he was playing four Raging Storms. So he was like,
Yeah,
he would like
I
protect,
faced that before.
but it was like crazy protect the library. Like he would, I would put a character down a two, and then I'll swing into stuff, and then he would drop a library, and then just freeze my two characters for like three turns in a row. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And
That's
then I
crazy.
would go wide because he kept freezing those, so I would go wide because I had to go wider because those two were getting frozen, and then he would just board wipe me, and I'm like, dude, I beat him one game, but I'm like, dude, this is dumb. But I'm like, there's no way this stick's good like into everything else. Like he just happened to pair into blue yellow, right?
Dude, I'll face purple yellow and I'll get world graded Christmas 9 like three times. I'm like, okay, so like how realistic am I gonna take this
Yeah.
match? Like, you know what
No,
I mean? Like the
a
game
lot of them
players gonna
aren't
be
playing
playing
it.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
I
lot of them
stopped
aren't playing
playing
it.
it. Like I think I'm playing a one of. Weirdly enough, I was like 59, but that's just me being weird. But yeah, I agree. There was something I wanted to tell you about the. Oh man, I can't remember, dude. Can't remember. I don't know if you have the different train of thought, but oh, um, there's Ruby Amethyst. I feel like we had to talk about a little bit if who let the dogs out episode. We had to talk about who's gonna put the dogs back in their cages, bro. So
Yeah.
like, is Ruby Amethyst gonna like step up, and is it even favored now? Because some people say that I don't know. Where's is this a fake illusion? Like these great players are just that amazing, and RA still beats dogs. Like we did agree that purple still beats dogs.
Yeah.
So is that the same with RA or?
Um yeah, I think it does. But the more I mean it's the same thing, right? The more you build into like to completely dumpster dogs, the more you're taking away points to
Purple.
lose to other thing. And it's kind of what dogs did, right? Like they added points to beat purple steel more consistently, but now they made the Blurple matchup worse by taking out Carbocon. So Blurple players are a little bit happy about that, but they're still, I would say even without Chromacon, they're still unfavored. Um, but we gave them more wiggle room, right? Um, with doing that, and I mean, sorry if you guys came in here for answers on how to beat dogs. I'll tell you, just play red, play a red deck, play purple red, yellow red, or blue red. Even blue red beats it, but you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose to Blurple.
You're gonna lose to purple.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll tell you how to beat dogs. I'll give you. I'll go follow our Instagrams. I'll post 3 lists to beat dogs. But I promise you, you're losing to Blurple, which is still doesn't make sense to do because Blurple's still probably gonna be the highest, most represented deck. So it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like, unfortunately, dogs feels like the strongest deck, but we can't fully tech for it because it's still not gonna be the most represented deck.
So I ended up having this blurple list. I know you saw it. I'm keeping it a little bit not out there yet. Um, and something's got to give, bro. And I found out what it was. No matter how, dude, I think I just so hard lose to purple yellow, and I lose to blue yellow. I think I needed like the cards that I took out that would help a lot in that matchup. So, but I mean, losing to purple, yellow, blue, yellow, and having a solid matchup into the three big ones, I might be peace. I might be peace. So
I
I
mean,
think I'm finding
yeah,
something to where I'm comfortable with, but like I just feel like I lose to like the rogue, like the weird rogue decks because like I maybe like I don't know,
yeah. I think
but
losing to purple yellow is pretty bad. Losing to blue yellow is not that big of a deal because even with the normal build, you're gonna lose to blue yellow regardless. You probably just took away more points where you just like,
oh yeah, right, you're right,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
You probably
forgot.
just took away more points where you're like, all right, I really can't win. Versus the normal build can sometimes squeak out a couple games. But purple yellow, that's pretty bad
Honestly,
because
it's almost the same. I just keep forgetting. Like, I just a bad matchup in general. I
yeah.
actually forgot about that.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
but
yeah.
the purple yellow, it's kind of bad because um the purple decks aren't terrible into dogs, right? Like purple steel, decent into it. Blurple's not terrible into it. Purple red is good into it. So then if you start thinking like, hey, people are gonna attack dogs, like purple red's good, purple steel is good, and then Blurple's obviously gonna see high representation. What should I bring? Purple yellow and hope to dodge dogs, right? And then you just play all the purple decks and you just obliterate all the purple decks.
So yellow sucks into dogs. Green sucks into dogs because are you seeing here what's happening? Purple, yellow, purple, green lose to dogs. Purple, ruby, purple, steel beat dogs.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it just hit me like, wait, the amber part is the one that sucks. You playing tree for
Yeah.
your characters is not as good as me as a dog player playing tree for my characters. Or your five drop surfer snowboarder stage is not gonna do anything, or your surfboard stage or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
best thing you do is gonna like tree into Demona eventually, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Half of the early board of purple yellow can get under the sea, so good luck.
Yeah. And the board wipe is terrible against dogs because they
And
just
in purple yellow,
they
I
chain ladies.
honestly can't
Yeah.
take the board wipe seriously.
Yeah.
If it's not blue yellow, I can't even take the board wipe seriously
It's still
in
pretty
purple
serious in
yellow.
purple yellow. I think it's good in it.
No,
But
I think you have to.
as a
I
dog
think you
player, I
have
wouldn't be
to.
scared of the board wipe though. It's gonna take them forever
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
that's
there.
what I mean. Like you're just not like, oh my gosh, she's gonna board wipe me on
Yeah,
eight.
he's just gonna take forever to get there. But yeah, I mean, I think we talked about everything we want to talk about. I guess I could touch a little bit more on the locations. I just think don't get me wrong, the deck seems good. Like it seems probably like the best the location deck has been. A location deck has been so far. Um, I don't know. I guess I would have to test it. I mean, but we all know how Zan is, right? Zan's a great player, but he likes to find what's out of meta and try to hype that up. Not saying that he's hyping up a bad deck, but he since it's off meta and it seems to be doing good into the meta, like he's gonna hype it up, right? He wants
I
to
mean, I think you went into top four, just peace.
top four to what? Did he play a
Top.
tournament with
Oh,
this?
do you not know about it? Oh, I don't think I educated much on this. So there was a big event that happened. I don't know if it was a CCQ or if it was just a big event in general that wasn't a CCQ, but it was like a good tournament, and it got like top eight or top four,
No, yeah,
and that's what you.
it got top eight, or he copied this
Okay,
list
got
off
the
of the
list top,
DLC. Yeah,
the
DLC
top eight.
Melbourne.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it was a
it got
DLC.
like top 8 or 16 at DLC Melbourne. But once again, no offense to anyone that went to that tournament, we all kind of said that DLC is not fully real. Like, tell me this top.
It
Tell me
was. It will be. I don't want to say it's not fully real. It will be one of the easier DLCs you will attempt.
correct. Tell me this top 32's Ghent this weekend, and I'll be like, all right, 100%. Like this deck
Okay, if
has
this
like
location that goes top again, like top 16, top
yeah
32, then it has to be considered.
yeah 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like if it tops again, and then at this event at EU where there's 4,000 players because theirs are bigger than ours, 4,000 players, and it tops, I'll be like, all right, this deck is something, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, has it topped another event? I don't think so. I think he's just kind of been messing with it, likes it, finds it interesting, so he's putting it out there, right? But once again, I don't think the
And then,
deck's bad. I just don't think I don't know if this is what's gonna break the meta. I mean,
right. And then there was two things before I forget that I wanted to talk to the people before we kind of close out. Um, I did want to ask a question right before we close out. But first of all, I have to mention Blue Steel and Two Dogs. I feel like I have to do at least my community that service. It's not bad. So it just feels like Purple Steel. If you play it correctly, and then they're playing Angel, and then you're playing the Goliath, and then some Blue Steels can do Spooky Sight. But when you have, I've been trying the one drop onto the 3/3. I don't care about discarding. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing like Goliath and Doc. Like I don't care. and then against Blurple, you just go the Jasmine allies because that's your other one drop, and then you go that route, and then that it's like way better this format than it was because now we have Let It Go, so that's huge. So for all the Blue Steel players out there, I know I haven't said much, but the deck is viable. I've been enjoying. I was enjoying Blue Yellow for the longest, and I'm currently trying out Blurple, but it's still viable if you want to beat dogs, right? So I want to put that out there. The second thing, before I forget, I wanted to tell you this. I was playing a blue green player, dude. They went turn one, whatever character, Clarabelle. Turn two, Mickey Mouse, the blue one. Whenever this character quests, put a card under this. I thought it was some type of ramp, right? It was like put a character under this, and I'm like, it gives the other characters boost when it leaves the field or something like that, right? I was like, okay, what is happening? So he quests, he puts the card under, and then he goes Plickly. And that's the way he was ramping. And I was like, all right. That was funny. Anyways,
I
before
mean,
that,
that's
that's the one I was gonna tell you. It was the Ink Geyser version, and I 2-0'd it with my deck because it was just right after we finished talking about Hylos Ink Geyser. But because he was playing those two cards as his option of ramping and not Cindy and Cell,
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
terrible.
yeah, I was like, okay, I can't take that. But anyways, um, before we close out, and before I'll let you do your final thoughts. DLC is coming up this weekend. What's your hot take? Give me one hot take. I want to hear something like I believe boom this is gonna happen. Or do you or you can give me a cookie cutter one if you believe it's gonna stay cookie cutter. But what would you say? I want some spicy.
mm, I don't know, bro. I don't
Or
have
what
that.
do you expect out again? If it was something surprising, you think it's gonna be just straight up like dogs winning?
I think. I mean, I don't think. I don't know if Dogs is gonna win, but I think it's gonna be one of the three. Um, Purple Steel, or Dogs. I don't think. I personally don't think something crazy is gonna come out of it. That's just me. I feel like I know a lot of people are saying like people are scared to test um this format, but I disagree. Like I think at big tournaments, yeah, but like you go to the online clients, right? And I see people are testing. Like I see a couple of people on the top are playing purple red. So maybe purple red will do a show out, right? That might be my hot take. That maybe purple red will show up. Maybe top four finals or something. That would be like my biggest hot take. That would be like the more realistic one. But my take is gonna be there's gonna be a blue yellow that top 32s. You know what? Let's say like gonna get a blue yellow Mickey player that just dodge dogs all day.
Okay.
That's my hot take that I want to see. 'Cause I do think it's
Okay.
possible, man. I think the deck is good if it dodges dogs, 100%. Like I think a good blue yellow player that build the deck good should be
That deck is so
dumpstering
good, bro.
should be dumpstering blurples and should be beating purple steels. So and every other
So
matchup
bro,
isn't
the
terrible.
purple
Like
steel when purple steel on the play, good purple steel player, it doesn't feel that free. Like it feels 50-50 low key
yeah,
because purple steel is just so good, but Blurple is just free, dude.
yeah, blurple's free. But then you go into like the other decks that are kind of popular, which is blue steel, right? Like blue steel is actually gaining kind of good amount of popularity this set. That's also a super
Blue
free
yellow
matchup.
destroy them.
Yeah, it's just super free. It's like the freest matchup. It's more free than Blurple. And then what's another one? Like I'm assuming
Isn't the
purple.
blue green matchup really good too? From when I was doing the blue yellow, I think the blue
Yeah,
green
it
matchup
should
was
be
really
more
good.
favorite. And then purple red should we should be fighting against purple red too. Like unless they start dropping libraries like crazy and you're just not prepared for it, like you board wipe and you're not prepared to follow up on a library, like because the purple red decks are kind of slow too. So it's not like they can. I don't know, dude. Like I feel like the deck is really good. It's just dogs. Just it's just like literally our dogs matchup is like a 20%, 80%, dude. It's so bad. It's so bad. We had games where I spooky sight them twice and double raging storm them, and I still lose. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? It's crazy.
Dude, the more I'm hearing ourselves just talk through this episode, I'm like, I ended up just talking about how dogs overcome this meta, but the more I'm like, this episode just screams play purple steel, low key.
The
So
funny
good.
thing,
That is so good, bro.
most people think like I want to end this already, but most people are thinking like, oh, I would have hoped this. What people were thinking, right? Like, oh, all these dogs, like, let's just all jump on purple steel. And then some
And then
people
we
are
play
like,
blue yellow and win the
and then
yellow.
some people are like, oh, they're probably gonna think about playing purple steel. Let's play blurple. I'm over here thinking like, hey, they're jumping on purple steel and blurple. I'm gonna play blue yellow.
in this stage with this format because it's not even about what you're playing. It's hey, bro. So what are you playing?
Yeah, yeah,
I need to ask. I need the registration sheet, and I need to so I can ask them what they're playing,
yeah.
so then I can
Can I
decide.
see? Can I see the? Can I see the pride breakdown before I submit my deck, please?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
yeah,
funny.
but yeah. I have to. I have two takes. One is a little biased, and the other one is semi-biased. But I felt like they were hot takes. Okay, there will be a blue steel in the top eight. There will be a blue steel in the top eight. And you know what? I'm gonna double down real quick. There will be a ruby amber that makes top 32. Top
That's fair.
32.
That's
Top
fair.
32.
But they see
I
a
don't
lot
want
of
to get too
dogs. Yeah.
greedy, you know.
How good is it into purple steel? I mean, I haven't played the deck.
Supposedly, so it has like it's good into dogs. It's like the weird triangle thing again, right? It's like the same thing. I feel like everyone has a bad matchup, the good matchup, and the 50-50. So this is the bad
So
matchup is
50-50.
purple.
Oh, is it?
No, the yeah, the blurple
It's
matchup is
50-50
more of
into
the.
Blurple?
What do you mean?
It's 50-50 into Blurple?
Yeah, it's pretty good, bro.
Really?
It has to be on the play, but it can outpace it pretty good.
There's no if it's 50-50 into Blurple, there's no way they can't make their purple steel matchup worse. I mean better.
Wait, am I tripping right now,
I
or is
think
it
you're
the
tripping,
opposite?
dude.
I
I think
think
it's
the opposite, right?
yeah.
I think purple steel
I
is
think it's
the 50-50.
yeah, I think the purple steel is 50-50.
Purple is the one that's a buy. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because okay, what is it getting? Because I'm saying blue red, right? I think
Well,
blue red.
Horseman is good, bro. Horseman is good. You have the Mulan shift line. You have the cheat character, so you can ramp. You have Ohana. I don't know, man. It could
That's what
be. I can see them having a tough time.
no, it still loses because the evasive thing. It's the same issue I have with blue red. Like
Yeah, they have no advances either,
it's
right?
the same issue I have with blue red, dude. Except I have a little bit of evasive, but and it still feels bad into purple. Like I honestly don't think blue red is bad.
Well, they have
If blur,
Horseman strikes though. Blue
yeah,
Red didn't.
yes, it does. But then you only have so many horseman strikes,
Yeah.
right? And they have like you have to horseman strike the Dumble, and you have to horseman strike the
No, no,
genies.
no, 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 no. The four drop evasive
The
characters. They're playing
slushy,
like four of him.
yeah, the slushy.
Yeah, four of him.
So the slushy and the there's no way.
For Horseman strikes.
I guess they have more card draw than blue red.
I have to see it. Honestly, guys, if you're watching this podcast, do not take this because we probably both of us don't know our matchup spread
We
in
don't.
red yellow. We just know the deck list. We've just seen the
Yeah,
deck list.
yeah.
But my hot take is that it's gonna top. But anyway,
I can see
any
one.
any closing thoughts?
I can see one sneaking in. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Hey,
Any closing
if
thoughts
someone
that you got?
yeah if someone can tell
Go
me
ahead.
that there's gonna if someone can tell me that there's gonna be a 20% dogs that it shoots up that high, I'll lock in blue red right now. I'll play that
Yeah.
deck.
The thing is, like,
If they tell me
the thing
dogs
is, this is the issue with that.
if
This is the issue
hold
with
on
dogs.
hold on
This is the issue with that for you.
hold on if they tell me dogs and blurple are flipping and dogs is gonna be
Okay.
blurple percentage
Okay.
and
There we
blurple's
go.
gonna be
Um,
I'll play blue red. I'll lock it in.
Because you know what I was gonna tell you. I'm like, the issue with that is that Blurple players aren't gonna become dog players, so
No,
the
no, no.
Blurple percentage is gonna stay the same. You need to watch themselves matchups. So like, what you need is Blurple players to become dog players.
Yeah, I need them to
In other
become dog.
words, that bro, just play dog.
All right, I'm done. Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm not even thinking about playing blue red. I can't. There's too much blurple. I can't.
Yeah, we'll maybe set chance. We'll save them for set chances.
Yeah, I'll save it for a set chance.
But
I'll just
um,
look guys, real quick for any SoCal people watching this on TCG set chance, blurple's not allowed. That's all I'm saying. You cannot come to TCG and play blurple. That's bad. That's gonna be the restriction for TCG.
I'll probably don't play all that line, dude. I'm due to do well at TCG though. I'm due. I have a curse at my own shop. I do well everywhere else, and I have my shop. You guys are always putting in work, so I feel like on one of these days I just have to take Blurple. It is what it is. But anyways, if you guys join us this far, I think it's actually I don't even know. We were trying to keep a low episode, but I feel like we just like talking and talking. So as you guys can see, me and Caesar don't get to spend a lot of time during the week, so we gotta all try to fit it in with this episode and catch up. Um, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and please let us down in the comments anything that you need to know. We want to make sure that you guys are in this quest with us. The Golden Quest podcast is here to give you guys information, but we would like to have some feedback back. That way we can improve and do better. Um, our socials are down below. Any help that you guys need, we are more than happy to help you guys. more than happy to help you guys. But yeah, with that being said, um, dude, we need to have a goodbye, man. We don't have Danny. What did I used to say?
I just realized. Sorry to cut your outro. I just realized the DLC is going on
I don't
already.
have him. It's what?
I said I just realized the DLC is going on already. Am I gonna have to stay up and not sleep?
Oh man. All right. Well, hey, we gotta release this tomorrow then, because of the
Yeah,
DLC
yeah.
ASAP. All right. Thank you guys for watching Golden Quest podcast. See you guys in the next one. Hey, tune in, and then we'll talk about it. Can't wait to see what happens. Let's go, Blue Steel. Get it.
Peace.